So I think this is a really, really great question because it acknowledges that oftentimes people don't realize that the reason why it can be hard to take accountability for their actions is because they do lose confidence in themselves, or they do feel in some sense, that this makes them either lesser or a bad person or whatever the case. They feel bad about themselves. And so it would be easier to stand in, the understanding of gaslighting or saying, I wasn't wrong or whatever the case may be, rather than taking accountability for their actions, because that then they lose confidence within themselves, or they're afraid that they'll be seen as not good enough, or there's shame and embarrassment that's connected to admitting that you're wrong. But I think that the best advice that I can give pertaining to this is you should feel some sense of peace that you don't have to be perfect. You're allowed to be perfectly imperfect, and being perfectly imperfect means you can make mistakes, you know? Yes, you should learn from those things. Yes, you should go forward and move better. But when you know better, do better. That's the understanding. It's not about perfection. You do not have to be perfect. Nothing in this world is. So just really, really be comfortable with being imperfect. Learn that understanding and forgive yourself. I think the hardest part about, or the biggest thing about it a lot of times too, is people also, even if the other person lets it go or whatever the case may be, because they in some sense want perfection for themselves, they find it hard to forgive themselves for not being perfect. And also, too, you can have people around you that may find it hard to forgive you for not being perfect, but maybe it's about removing those people from your life. I'm not saying that, if you were wrong, that, and this other person, doesn't easily accept that understanding, that they don't have a right to feel how they feel. I'm saying that if after a certain amount of time where you've tried to really step up and take accountability and they can't accept that, then it could be that you and this person need to spend some time apart, or you're not meant to be in each other's lives at the moment or at all. So that's important too. But more than anything, again, I think it's important to allow yourself room to be imperfect. You do not have to be perfect for anyone. And that gives you more room to just grow and be at peace. It's hard trying to be perfect. It's hard trying to know everything. It's hard always trying to be right. That is a hard, hard path to follow. So instead, really, really bask in the understanding of it's okay to make mistakes. I do not have to be perfect. And also, in not being perfect, I get to learn, I get to make space and room for myself to grow. Because if you're perfect, you have no room to grow. You are perfectly imperfect, giving you all the room you need to continue to endlessly grow and step into more and more of your potential. It's not about perfection at all.